Chicago Bears fans are still getting over how the season ended for the Chicago Bears. And I'm not going to lie, this year taught us a lot. And honestly, for the first time in a long time, the Chicago Bears feel like they got the right pieces in place. They need to make some tweaks, but it does feel like they have a majority of the right pieces in the right place. We're going to be talking about Ben Johnson, who I truly believe is the coach that this franchise has been waiting for. And we're going to talk about the biggest questions that were answered over the course of the 2025 season. All that and more right after this. What's going on, Bears fans? Welcome to another episode of Chicago Bears Central, your number one spot for everything Chicago Bears related. I'm the host there, Haize, but more importantly, you guys can follow the channel at Chi Bears Central on every social media platform we happen to be on. With that said, let's go ahead and get into this content for today, y'all. And I want to talk about the biggest things that we found out about this team over the course of the 2025 season for the Chicago Bears, which was a lot. And I think there were some important pillar things that we figured out about this team this season, which are major as far as how we go forward into subsequent seasons. The first thing, right? Ben Johnson is the right guy to coach this team. And I want to be clear, it's very dangerous to say that and feel that way, right? Like, there are many people who thought the same after Matt Nagy's first year here with the Chicago Bears, and it kind of died off after that. But I think with the success that Ben Johnson has already had as an offensive coordinator, the things that he brought personality-wise, accountability-wise, and those type of things, I just don't see that changing for the Chicago Bears team, right? Yes, it's a little bit of Bears fan PTSD that it made me almost not put this on the list, but I truly feel the Bears have the right guy, the leader of men that everybody had talked about they wanted as their next head coach, a guy that's passion for the game of football is contagious and reverberates through the entire locker room and fan base of the Chicago Bears. I can't tell you or stress enough how many Bears fans that I have known personally, right, that since we started this show that have been so down on this team, they get so fired up every time they hear Ben Johnson talk about the game of football, the after games things, all the type of stuff. It's been amazing to see from this team, right? And so I think the Bears got the right guy as far as personality. They got the right guy as far as the accountability. They got the right guy that I really feel like can develop and lead this team to where they need to go to. Again, not to always compare everything to Matt Eberflus or Matt Nagy, but one thing that both those guys I don't think really understood was the importance of really building a relationship with your quarterback. Everything that we've seen from Ben Johnson is about building that relationship with Caleb Williams and how that helps put Caleb Williams in the best places mentally. On the football field, all those type of things. The relationship between Caleb Williams and Ben Johnson is a pillar of how you have to build this team. You got the right guy. You look at how he even learned, right? Holding himself accountable. Yeah, there were rookie head coach mistakes. He made some of them. Not going forward on fourth down, in one of those games. The game situation, in the divisional round, all that type of stuff. We've seen Ben Johnson have rookie head coach mistakes. They were there. I'm not going to act like they're not. But let's not act like he didn't learn. Look at where the run game looked like it was going to be after the first 3 weeks and how we turned that around, right? Trusting your rookies in Colston Loveland, Cole Kmet, Kyle Monangai, as the season went on, putting more and more on those guys and seeing how they performed in their rookie years, right? All those type of things. Getting the right staff here as well. That's another big thing as far as the staff that he established here when he first got hired as head coach. Ben Johnson has done so much. It's definitely one of the things that we figured out. We got our head coach. And with that said, this is going to be one that I'm sure the comment section is going to go off a little bit about. But Caleb Williams is the QB. He is the QB of now. He's the QB of the future. He's the Chicago Bears franchise QB. I get it. People are going to ask questions about it. People are going to complain about it. People are going to bitch about it. They're going to whine, moan, all that type of stuff. But at the end of the day, even with the things, yes, the completion percentage, the late game comebacks, the overthrows, the underthrows at times, right? The interceptions in some big moments in some games, all that's there. But a franchise QB doesn't mean a perfect QB. It means a QB that is doing what it takes to win, as well as how they improve. The growth that we've seen from Caleb Williams as far as reading defenses, because that was what a lot of y'all were bitching about. The heroics that we've seen, that's something, right? I've said this many times over the course of the season. I trust, and maybe this doesn't end up working out. Like, I'm not going to say like it's a for sure thing that is just going to work out. But I would rather have to teach my quarterback how to tighten up some of the small things than try to hope that a quarterback that gets the small things right can do some of the amazing things we've seen Caleb Williams do this season under Ben Johnson. And, especially after an up and down rookie year where you had 3 different offensive coordinators over the course of the year, 2 different head coaches in your rookie year, it was just so hard to get a footing in that season for Caleb Williams. You now look stability, and now we got to really see what Caleb Williams can come and what he can look like. And so you can say what you will, and I know there are haters out there. There's going to be all that type of stuff, but Caleb Williams showed to me that he can absolutely be a franchise quarterback. That relationship with him and Ben Johnson is a big reason why I feel that also. Caleb has an it factor about him. Now, what we need to do is we need to figure out how to take that it factor that he naturally does have, and how we need to tighten up some of the gimme things. And if you do that, if Caleb Williams, if he does get, and he may never be a 70% completion quarterback, but if you can get Caleb Williams to 61, 65% completion percentage, I think that with what he's able to do arm-wise, strength-wise, making plays with his legs, extend, drives in, situations where he should have been sacked, turn that into positive plays for the Chicago Bears, all that type of stuff, you got a guy that's going to be able to do some amazing things for you over the course of his career. Caleb Williams is the QB for the Chicago Bears team. That's gonna not hit with a big part of the fan base. But hey, listen, Bajin Baddies, I think it's time to go ahead and either move on or find a different narrative, because Caleb, as long as he's healthy, he's going to be the quarterback for the Chicago Bears team, and he should be. With that said as well, the Bears have weapons. That's another thing that we figured out, right? Rome Odunze, Luther Burden, DJ Moore, Kyle Monangai, Cole Kmet, right? These guys have proven to be weapons under Ben Johnson. Now, that does not mean that all these guys are going to stay, especially in DJ Moore's case. We'll see what happens there. But we have the right personnel. We have the right players to get to the style that Ben Johnson wants his team to play, as well as the offensive line. Now, I will say this about the offensive line. With us getting veteran offensive linemen, there's always a chance that one of these guys that are a little bit older start falling off a little bit. And it's going to be up to Ryan Poles. It's going to be up to Dan Rouchard. It's going to be up to these guys to bring in the next crop of offensive linemen that you can develop. But you look at that, the Bears have the offensive line. The Bears have the weapons. Got to start putting it together more. I think we eliminate some of the drops, which Ben Johnson already talked about in his season-ending presser. We're going to see this team tighten up in a lot of areas that we need to, but the Bears have weapons. And that, for a young quarterback to have the level of weapons that he already has, could be huge for this team. Then next, I think Ryan Poles he's shown that he's learned from his mistakes. After years of not focusing on the offensive line, Ryan Poles revamped the offensive line from top to bottom for the most part, and it worked. It worked this year. Now, I think we need to find some depth things for sure. I think we need to also, of course, improve the defensive side of the trenches. But if Ryan Poles, in having a singular focus this offseason, and he nailed that. He nailed the revamp of the offensive line. He had the best draft class of his career as a GM so far as well. This was a great year for Ryan Poles as a GM. Now, go out there and do it again. Good GMs can do it every once in a while. Great GMs can consistently, and maybe not at the same level that he did this year, but great GMs do it consistently where they keep adding the talent in the right place that you need. They find a way. And this is going to be a season where Ryan Poles has to find a way. $4.3 million over the salary cap. Yes, you have a lot of your own draft picks, which is really good, right? You have picks in rounds 1, 2, and 3, 5, and 7, if I'm not mistaken. So that's a really good asset base to go out there and get you some guys. The Bears are going to have to figure it out. But Ryan Poles, he learned from his mistakes, and that definitely is part of the way that the Bears were able to improve this year. And then Dennis Allen can coach a defense. I like Dennis Allen can coach a defense. You look at how some of these players that we didn't necessarily look fondly upon or fairly upon, how the season they had. Tremaine Edmonds had an amazing season, especially in coverage. Nashawn Wright had a great season. DeMarco Jackson, Noah Sewell, when he had to step in as a starter. This defense was taking hits after hits after hits in the injuries before the season even started. And while the numbers will tell you that the defense wasn't great, they found a way in a lot of games to do enough. If you get Dennis Allen the right players, if you revamp this defensive line like you did the offensive line and get him the guys that he needs up front in those trenches, I have no doubt that Dennis Allen is going to be able to coach a hell of a defense, maybe a top 10 defense, and get the Chicago Bears to where they need to go. So again, I think that we got the right guy in Dennis Allen. We're going to have to figure out some things with some other coaches because it looks like we're going to lose a number of them. I already lost Eric Bieniemy. But the Bears, they found answers. And I said this all the time. Every offseason is eliminating as many questions on your roster that you can, right? You can't do them all in one offseason, but eliminating more and more questions so you can become a more and more complete team. The Bears answered a lot of key questions last season with their moves. Now it comes about, hey, can you make the next step? And we'll see if the Bears can do that. But with that said, let's get into some news for the Bears. It does look like Al Harris is going to have a number of interviews this offseason. Reportedly, he is going to interview with the Commanders, and the Green Bay Packers may be looking to take him away as well. This one comes from Adam Schefter that says the Packers are searching for a new defensive coordinator after Jeff Hafley became the next head coach of the Miami Dolphins. Harris joined the Bears coaching staff after spending the last 5 seasons with Dallas Cowboys as their defensive back coach from 2020 to 2024. The Bears embrace Harris' penchant for creating turnovers by leading the league in takeaways with 33, and the former defensive back helped the Bears' secondary intact numerous injuries throughout the season. Players such as Nashawn Wright enjoyed career years with Harris overseeing their development. We always knew that people were going to come trying to poach from the Bears coaching staff. It's just the reality of it, right? And I think when you have success, it's a really good sign of success that you're going in the right direction. When this early into revamping your coaching staff, teams are already coming calling for it, right? According to Brad Biggs of the Chicago Tribune as well, the Washington Commanders could also bring him in for an interview, which it seems like they've already kind of reached out. Like Jeremy Fowler from ESPN did report that he will interview with the Washington Commanders for the defensive coordinator opening. So, shout out to Al Harris. We all kind of knew that Al Harris was going to be one of the ones that teams came and look at because of the penchant that he's had for developing defensive backs, the penchant that he's had for leadership in that. And, it sucks to lose him, but I'm also happy for him, right? Because Al Harris has built himself up from being a former player to where he is now. He's done that through grinding. It hasn't just been something that's handed to him. He's grinded to get to where he is now, and I'm so happy for him. Al Harris is a great guy. He's a great leader. He brings so many of the qualities you want when you're looking for leadership in your locker room. So whether it's the Commanders or whether it's FGB, he deserves that opportunity. Now, I would hate to see him on the other side of us coaching the Green Bay Packers because I do think Al Harris is going to be a great DC. And whenever he gets that opportunity for whatever team, I think he has the right mentality, makeup for it. He has the right stock for it. He is going to be a great DC, and I hope that it's not the Green Bay Packers. But we've already lost Eric Bieniemy. That's official now, and Al Harris could very well be the next guy that we lose as well for the Chicago Bears on that coaching staff, and it's going to be quite a big loss if that ends up being what happens. So let me know what you guys think on that down below. Next up, I want to talk about an article which it lists the 3 most likely trade destinations for DJ Moore. This is something that, of course, there's a lot of speculation around what happens with DJ Moore. Does he stay? Does he go? All that type of stuff. We got 3 teams listed here in this article. This one came from Clutch Points, which point out first the Buffalo Bills. They talk about getting a weapon for Josh Allen, and after the disappointing playoff exit by the Buffalo Bills, kind of just like the Chicago Bears, they fired their head coach, and they're going to be searching for a new head coach, and they're going to be having some urgency about finding the right pieces around Josh Allen. So when you look at it, it's a pretty rough wide receiver core that they have there for such a talented quarterback. So if they can go out and get him, that's the thing. They're $11.6 million over the salary cap. So adding DJ Moore at a $24 million salary isn't necessarily going to be difficult, but it is possible. They just have to figure out a creative way to get it done. They have to do some cap flexibility to get it done, but the Buffalo Bills being rumored as a team that could be interested in DJ Moore. Next up, the Raiders. Getting a veteran wide receiver for a young rookie quarterback, that's what we try to do. That's why we brought in DJ Moore for Justin Fields. He wasn't a rookie before a young quarterback, right? And so they could look to do the same thing. And the Raiders, with what they have and what they're trying to build there, we'll see. DJ Moore would give the Raiders a really good starting option there, no doubt about it. You also have Ashton Genty down there, Brock Bowers. And so slowly but surely you could be building something there with the Raiders that could make some sense. Now, unlike the Buffalo Bills, the Raiders have tons of cap space, $82.4 million in cap space to work with this season. If the Bears are looking to send off DJ Moore, not take much salary back, create a little bit more salary for themselves, that's where they can go. And the Raiders also have 10 draft picks in this upcoming draft, and that is something the Ryan Poles could also look to target as well. So we should see there. The last team that they have that could be an interesting team in DJ Moore is the Tennessee Titans, right? Now, this is they have Robert Saleh down there now, which is really good, right? But they need help. They have Cam Ward as their quarterback. They have Jeffrey Simmons. Those are valuable pieces. But other than that, that's it, right? So the Titans are going to be looking for a talent infusion, and DJ Moore is definitely one of those guys that can bring that in. They have $93 million in cap space as well. Would they be willing to send a third-round pick for DJ Moore? Probably. And so that's another team that could be looking to knock on the door of DJ Moore. There have been some other teams that have been mentioned. 49ers were a team that I saw that could be mentioned, that could come looking for DJ Moore as well. That one could make some sense also. So we just got to see. But if the Bears do decide to move DJ Moore, I think doing so with the team with cap space and multiple draft picks that you can get back would probably be the best outlook for the Chicago Bears in that case. But let me know what you guys think on that down below. With that said, let's go ahead and get into just a little bit of the voicemail bag, man. We got 2 voicemails I want to get into. This one's from the General, Brandon L. Jet.
What's going on, Haize, Bobby, E-Dub, Steve-O, Big Cav? This is BLJ, the General. I just wanted to have some comments about the overall recap of last night's game as well as the overall season. First and foremost, I am very, very proud of this team. They have exceeded my expectations going into year one with Coach Ben Johnson, as well as the second year transformation of Caleb Williams. Everyone wants to hype up about what happened last night, especially in overtime. First and foremost, Bears lost. I have accepted it. Everybody needs to too. All of this stuff about them blaming Caleb, about blaming Ben Johnson, about blaming DJ Moore. All 3 of those guys are one of the reasons why the Bears was able to play up in that game last night. So if they want to sit up there and crucify them about making bad decisions, bad play calling, bad route running, suck a dick, respectfully. Now, overall, all in all, everybody that said that the Bears is not getting back to where they are, suck my fucking nuts too. Second and foremost, disrespectfully. We haven't had a chance to cheer for a team in a long time that has made it this far to actually be proud of, to actually be looking forward to. When was the last time that the Bears have had a franchise quarterback ever? I'll wait. We have drafted bad quarterbacks decade after decade, and now we finally got a guy that we can look forward to see how he matures as well as his team matures up in the future. So think about that up in the next 6 months. Then you want to sit up here and want to trade everybody, fire somebody, cut somebody. Do that first. Until then, I don't want to hear shit that you guys got to say. Thank you. I appreciate you guys. I will always be here for you guys. I absolutely love this channel and this group. Bear down. Peace.
I think about being excited about the growth of Caleb Williams and Ben Johnson and all that stuff is legit, right? I have no doubt that because Bears fans have PTSD, there's going to be at least part of the fan base that spends the offseason doubting Ben Johnson and Caleb Williams. It may be a small vocal community, but it's going to be some people that do that because, again, we're Bears fans. We have PTSD. It is what it is, right? Fans are going to fan, and you're right. Tell them to suck your dick because there's so many Bears fans out here that just say stupid shit trying to sound smart, and, it is what it is. I'm sure it's part of every fan base. It's just the fan base that I'm a part of, right? So the season for the Chicago Bears was a really good season, and now they can go into this offseason focusing on fixing the holes that exist on this team that we all clearly see and that the front office hopefully sees as well. And then let's get to that next step. Let's hope that the Bears can do that, and let's see if they will. All right, let's get into this next voicemail, man. This one's from Achilles.
Yo, Chicago Bears fans, it's Achilles, man. Just wanted to speak a little bit about the playoff game. Honestly, it stung. It stung just because of the fact of how close the Bears are possibly sniffing a chance to actually compete in the NFC Championship. So, also stings that the motherfucking defense wanted to all of a sudden play defense And it's nice to see that Dennis Allen had them ready and all that stuff. Great scheme going clearly. I mean, they were playing very well. Just sucks that our offense couldn't wake up again and, get the job done. I mean, we had some crucial drops. We had some bad throws. The O-line change was not bad. I mean, Tooney held up his end of the bargain. I don't think he had any sacks, or I don't even know if he had any pressures, to be honest. Maybe at least from what I've seen, other than the one time, where Caleb had that last on the season line play, throwing it deep in the end zone to Komet, who, by the way, I thought the season was over by how he was running backwards like that. I'm like, oh, it's over. And then all of a sudden, this motherfucker throws it deep down. I was running around the house like Sonic, bruh. Like Sonic. Or Naruto, man, whoever's fast as hell. I was gonna say Naruto with my hands back, man, clapping, loud, yelling. But, future's bright, bro. Successful season. I mean, it don't get no better than sending GB home. I mean, even after a 21-3 deficit. I mean, man, there's a lot to be excited for. It did sting just, again, because the possibility of sniffing the NFC Championship. We were just a couple points away. And those are things that Ben Johnson just got to clean up on. He's a rookie head coach. And this is technically, I guess, Caleb's rookie season with Ben Johnson, if you want to take that, if you get that analogy and all that shit. But I'm excited, man. I'm excited to see what's to come. I know we already lost Eric Bieniemy, so he's replaceable just like a lot of coaches are, and Ben built that shit. So I trust in the coach to build another good staff to be able to compete again next season. And the NFC North, man, is going to be exciting. It's not going to be easy to win there. That division literally finished over 100. Oh, it's 500. Damn, niggas can't talk. My bad. But yeah, man, just wanted to give a call about that real quick. But I'm happy about the bright future ahead of us. There's a lot to be excited for. Just got to clean up the little mistakes. There's mistakes that were to be had with the year one head coach. So I'm just glad that we got where we got, because I thought 8 and 9 wins, and they exceeded that. So bear up, man. Keep the heads up, y'all. Wait till next season. We'll get them, and hopefully we get back stronger and finish with less losses maybe. We'll see. So love y'all as always, man. Bear down, y'all. Bear down. And fuck Green Bay. That cheese motherfucker. Fuck them motherfuckers. They can't even.
Yeah, it sucks that we lost that game. It sucks how we lost that game. It sucks, to just sit there and be constantly replaying that now through our heads. It all sucks. And this is the place that we are. But guess what? It's a lot better place to be in this than a 3-win season, a 4-win season, a 5-win season. And then your question like, damn, when are we going to start winning? The Bears won this season. Now we have to find ways to keep winning. Stay ahead of the curve, because like you said, the NFC North is a motherfucker. It ain't going to get no easier. It's going to be one of the toughest divisions in football for a while, and you just got to keep growing and developing that, right? But that's life. The Bears need to focus on just continually improving, making the right steps necessary to get to where they need to get to. They continually do that. Hey, the future's bright for the Chicago Bears, and it hasn't been a lot that we've been able to say the future is bright for this team, but it truly is bright. Now let's go out here and attack it. But that's going to do it for today's episode of Chicago Bears Central, man. This end of the season did hurt, but I'm not going to front. It was a big lesson in that, and the Bears are truly building something here. Ben Johnson is the guy. Caleb is the now and the future, and now it's on Poles to finish the job, fix that defensive line, and start stacking smart moves. Let me know in the comments what's your number one thing you learned during the 2025 season for the Chicago Bears, and if the Bears make a big move this offseason, what do you want it to be? But with that said, make sure you guys like and subscribe to the channel as well. You guys can follow us at Chi Bears Central. You can send us any feedback, questions, comments, concerns, ChicagoBearsCentral@gmail.com. And lastly, if you want to leave a text message and our voicemail for the mailbag, the number to do so, 773-242-9336. We are the number one spot for everything Chicago Bears related, but that is thanks to you, lovely and beautiful people. And like I like to end every episode on, Chi-Town up, but bear down. Love you guys. Peace, y'all.
This has been a presentation of the Break Media.